What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, we're going to break down Shiba Inu, break down what the price did today, also talk about burn rates and some petitions and some big news that we do have, really with Shiba Inu as we look into the future, right? Before we get started, guys, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. One of those links is actually to my burn video, which you have not seen my burn video. This is what it is. I'm currently burning off $300 worth of Shiba Inu. And if you want to find that burn video, it will be down in the description and also in the card. So feel free to share that video, check it out, and do whatever you want with it, because whatever generates in revenue, we will end up burning off. Every single month we'll burn off SHIB. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some of this content. Now, what we're looking at here to start with is really this petition, just to show that people do really want this to burn coins, right? To understand that the total 600 trillion supply that we have out there is just way too high. Everybody knows that that's way too high. We only hold, let's say, about 10 to 15% of the actual position. If you have the normal person holding like $1,200 worth or whatever, just to throw out a random number, you're really only going to see about 10 to 15% that's being held by, retail traders rather than the institutions. Or total, we're really looking at like 20% that's really held, not really looking at the mass amount that we could be holding if we all decided to hold it. However, that's a lot of coins to be holding. That's a lot of money to put into one position to have that grow. So what's the best case scenario? Obviously, the supply and demand is off, right? There's so much supply and there's not as much demand. So if we can actually see a decrease in that supply, demand either will stay the same or we'll see that rise, and then we'll start to see a really decent increase in the price. So something like this request to kindly burn Shiba Inu obviously is not going to be taken seriously. Maybe people will take it seriously, but it's not going to really be taken like absolutely seriously. But what we can say here is that when we look at the overall situation, so many people want this to get to $1. Like, I want it to get to $1. The next person wants to get it to $1. But let's take a step back and let's start to baby step our way into it. When can it really reach or not 1 cent, but when can it really lose a zero? So 0.0001 rather than 0.00001. When can it reach a level where it loses a zero? Well, losing a zero is not difficult for Shiba Inu, right? It almost got to losing a zero when it was at about 50 billion or $30 billion market cap. And then when we added on the coins, it was a total of like a 40 or $50 billion market cap. But we can definitely see that up in the level of, 70 to $80 billion market cap. Now that's a tall ask, a tall order there, when it comes to Shiba Inu. It comes to just understanding the popularity behind it, because right now we're holding like 10% or 15% of the overall position. But we can definitely see that if we see an increase in the popularity over the next, 1 quarter, 1.5 quarters. We can see that by the second quarter of 2022, which would be amazing, right? Seeing the first quarter really be that adjustment period to where people are starting to really get back into crypto, understand that the end of the year was not the best, and then starting to make those moves as days go on. So, I would say I expect to see a popular move to at least hit that mark and see a bull run to that point in the second quarter, probably somewhere closer to the end of the second quarter. But we'll see how this all plays out. And that's really my opinion on what's going to happen. Because if we look at the overall chart, chart here for Shiba Inu. Let's go back here and type in SHIB. We can see that we've been kind of on a downtrend since October, right? October is where it started to really drop, and we've been on that downtrend. Did see a little bit of an increase, more of a false break, but then we started to be on a little bit more of a downtrend, creating another a lower high and a lower low here. Hopefully we can find some consolidation and then see that bounce, because right now we're really reaching the oversold territory. So I'm really excited to see what the first or the middle of the first quarter and maybe the beginning to the end of the second quarter has in store for us. But if we look at the price here, where we stand, we actually saw an increase over the last day, 4.7%. We do see that we're at 0.00002785, way down from where we were. If we look at the year performance here, we're going to see that we're only up 26.5 million percent when we saw a level of, I think it was like 60 million percent or 70 million percent. So seeing that massive drop from where we were is not really the best thing to look at. But you do see that we dropped in volume from what we saw at that high point. We also added on the circulating supply, so it makes sense. And also, the typical hold time has actually been going up, so people are holding it from that period of time, if not longer, right? So I'm really excited to see what Shiba Inu has to offer here. But I think the way that we get there is to understand how the circulating supply gets burned off. If the circulating supply gets burned off by us burning it, right, you'll see a lower amount that gets burned. But then if you also see a system level burn, that could be something where it's a high percentage right from the start that gets burned off. Now, there's so many different methods to where we can burn things. I think this is the exciting news. This is really the big news that we can go into with 2022, is to understand there's so many levels to where we can burn coins, right? There's music that you can play that burns Shiba Inu. It may not be a lot, but it does burn Shiba Inu. I created my own burn video, which burns Shiba Inu. If a million SHIB holders wanted to watch that, that can be $10,000 that burns off right there. If more people decided to watch that, that can be, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars that we end up burning off there month to month. That would be fantastic. But we're seeing different methods to where things could get burned off, even to a point to where people are taking out of their own pocket, right? Where they're taking their $100 and saying, I want to burn off SHIB, right? If you have a bunch of people that do that, that also burns off a massive amount. But the thing is that we're creating these multiple layers or paths to burn Shiba Inu. And it's insane to see that we're creating this many paths with this little time, right? Rather than doing this, doing it one for 1 year, one for another year. We're actually seeing everything come up right now, and different levels where we can burn things when it comes to actually games as well, burning off coins with games, playing games and all that, buying different things, transactions. You never really know where this is going to go. So that's why I always push to say this can get to $1. But like I said, let's take a step back. Let's start baby stepping our way into these. I always like to push out the fact that it can get there, to push the long term rather than people just deciding to get in and out on the short term. So I'm just trying to make sure that people understand what this can be rather than what it is right now, right? You have to see the future and the value for the value in the future. But currently, if you wanted to see how much I'm holding, I am holding 60.7 million. I still want to increase the amount that I hold and hold about 100 to 120 million before I end up stopping and buying other things as well. So that's going to come in due time. I'll invest 100 here, 100 there, and go into this position kind of heavy. I guess it'll be somewhere around $2,000+ or so, and just hold 120 million. That would be fantastic. But yeah, that's my video, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Where you stand with Shiba Inu. I think in the end, we're going to see this hit higher and higher levels. It just all depends on how fast we're going to get there, right? How fast we're going to burn off coins, and, basically just taking this as it is and seeing it as, the future value, basically looking at the burn rate that we're looking at now and seeing how that burn rate can multiply. Because even though we're seeing a small burn rate in the past year, we've really only burned off, 200 billion, 300 billion, instead of burning off trillions of coins. We expect to burn off trillions of coins. It's going to multiply. Over this next year, it's going to multiply, and over the next year after that, it's going to multiply again. So I'm hopeful that we can see it by 2025. But, you never really know. You really don't. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. If you guys want to check out the burn video, again, it'll be up in the cards. Feel free to check that out anytime, and just watch as many times as you can. And we burn off SHIB It's just we're not getting as much traction as I thought we would get with that. I would hope to get 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, a million views and burn off a lot of SHIB if we do have people that support SHIB. So anyways, that's it, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.